Hey folks, today is Friday, January 20th, 2016. As always, my name is Jake Baldino, and we have to talk about some video game stuff that is going on this week. First things first, can we talk about this trailer right here? Can we talk about this just for a second? What happened? What is this? I don't understand. Did you see this? Look at this. That's a real video game.
Oh, a trailer finally came out for this?
Oh, were you anticipating this? This is Life of Black Tiger. This is a PlayStation 4 video game. This trailer was actually published on PlayStation's YouTube channel. I don't understand what happened here. Like, I tried to find more information about it. Maybe it's like some weird marketing stunt or something. And honestly, that doesn't look to be the case. This looks like a video game in 2016 that someone is putting out on a console on a store. Apparently, it's actually a port of a mobile game, an Android game that actually got decent reviews, but still, come on, what the hell? You know, we see stuff like this pop up on PC and Steam all the time, but I'd like to think consoles have a bit more of a stricter enforcement policy. What is this? I kind of want to play it just to see. I'm not going to play it. And in other news, I don't know if you guys followed this earlier in the week, but Gabe Newell, one of the heads of Valve, our savior, Lord Gaben, has actually done a Reddit AMA where he said a lot of thoughtful and interesting things. No, he did not confirm Half-Life 3. I still don't think it's ever happening. He even acknowledged and joked about it. But he did have some very interesting things to say about the future of Valve and what they intend to do and just where they're going. And down below, we posted a link to like all his responses and stuff, as well as everything else I talk about today. But it's definitely worth reading for some insights into how Valve thinks, because sometimes I'm always like, what are you guys doing? Just make Portal 3, make Half-Life 3. Why aren't you doing that? Valve is very much a different company with a different focus now, as you could tell by Gabe's comments, but they are still experimenting. They are still using Source. They are updating it. They are working. They do pay attention to Dota 2 a lot, obviously, because it's a juggernaut. But he also did acknowledge that he does want to explore the worlds of Portal and Half-Life more, and that they do have game projects in development using Source, and they're going to talk about them soon. So Valve is still apparently making other games, but is it going to be Half-Life 3? I don't think so. It's not likely. Sorry. And also, I don't think that would be something that could be confirmed in a Reddit AMA anyway. Some other interesting bullet points. Valve is still very much into VR, and they were working on their own big VR experience. And Gabe said he's also been looking into research of brain computing. So if you're into computer science and weird innovations like that, I think you should check this out, especially considering Valve was at the forefront of wearable computing and trying to make it work. Now they're going into mind computers? Okay, that's cool. I'm down, you know, whatever. But in other news, another PSA, we posted one last week about a similar game, but spoilers and the entire game have leaked for Resident Evil 7, so if you are an internet traveler, be sure to watch what you look at, because there are spoilers floating around out there. We also did get some other news from Resident Evil 7 right before release about the Season Pass, which does come with a bunch of content that is probably going to be good, but I don't want to pay for a Season Pass. And they also outlined the difficulty modes, with the top end being Madhouse mode. That actually sounds like it makes it more traditional Resident Evil experience. You have to only save at save rooms. You have to have the resource to save. It's also just very challenging, obviously, and there's no checkpoints. So it sounds crazy on one hand as a difficulty mode, but if you think about it, it just sounds like Resident Evil, classic Resident Evil mode. Really, really looking forward to that. But something I am looking forward to today, amidst all the American inauguration hype, Playdead tweeted a teaser image for their next game. These are the guys who made Limbo and Inside, and they tweeted this one singular image from a game that they have already been working on, and it looks really cool. It looks like a similar style to Inside, but that looks like a little astronaut man. So if they are tackling a space thing, I'm all about it. Also, quick note, this episode is brought to you by Able Gamers. They do absolutely great things. We love working with them. They are one of the biggest charities that helps out disabled gamers. They dedicate their time and resources and money raised to help people play games who can't play games in a traditional sense due to their disabilities, and they do fantastic things. We link their website below. We want to just promote awareness of what they do, so check it out. Also, another thing that slipped under the radar a little bit, we got another close look at the Nintendo Switch. Of course, we already published a video, some other new little details you need to know. We'll link that. But we also got a shared screenshot of what looks like the menu interface. Now, we've seen one before that was light. This one looks dark, and honestly, I like what they're going for this interface thing here. The Wii U's was so busy and so ugly because it was kind of like the Wii's, which was outdated. But now what they're looking, it looks like a modern interface. It honestly looks surprisingly not like Nintendo. But we also got a confirmation that Binding of Isaac is going to be one of the launch games, which is cool in one way. And while people say, oh no, the Nintendo Switch is just getting old games that are already out, what I do like to see, whether it's a new game or an old game, is just the fact that indies are on board with this thing. That's cool. That's promising. Now I know, and a lot of us out here know, that not everybody's really for the Switch. There is some major skepticism there, and we'll save that for another video. Speaking of Switch, I thought this was very funny. In an interview, one of the lead designers behind Respawn, the team behind Titanfall 2, has said on record about Titanfall getting on Switch, he said, and I quote, "Fuck no." And you know what? He's absolutely right. Why to think that something like that would end up on the Switch? Come on. It is a good interview though, and it is pretty hilarious. Now I know, and a lot of us out here know, that not everybody's really for the Switch. There is some major skepticism there, and we'll save that for another video. And since every once in a while we like to share a dumb thing that somebody has done or made, this time it's a gift. Look at this crazy thing from GTA 5. I always say it, but GTA 5 is the gift that keeps on giving. This is amazing. Look at that. That's amazing. Also, just last week was Games Done Quick, the event that does some really cool things, and what they did this year, they raised over $2 million for charity. $2,200,000 for cancer research. That's freaking dope. Now, what Games Done Quick does, if you don't know, is that they just run competitions of how quickly people can speedrun games, and it is some amazing, amazing shit. I added a link down below. It's just a link to all their videos from this year, just random games just blasted through in 20 minutes, and it's just good entertainment. It's not like watching esports. It's like this whole other thing where people just manipulate and master a game to a level that you can't even comprehend. It's awesome. Go check it out. Also, in case you missed it, for you Xbox fans, Microsoft has started showing off their next look for their newest Xbox update for the Xbox One user interface and the guide. And the guide is really what has some interesting new additions. The way you can pop it up now however you want, regardless of application. And now, when it is up, you can see the time and battery life and stuff like you couldn't before. Just as a PSA, there is a new system update planned for next week, so you'll probably see this rolling out. And I don't know why, sometimes more than PlayStation, I like to pay attention to Xbox updates. And now I'm really interested in Xbox as of late, just seeing what they're going to do with Scorpio and what they're going to do for their launch lineups. Because if you think about it, coming into this next year, they don't have a mainstream Halo game and they don't have a mainstream Gears game, which they've gotten by without that before, but the ball's in their court. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do at this E3. And for you Overwatch players, Blizzard has announced the next Overwatch event that is very, very interesting. It's like Chinese history based. It's called Year of the Rooster. There's going to be new character skins, but we don't have a lot of information yet at the time of this video on what actually will be in this event and what kind of events will be taking place. But hey, Overwatch fans, I think all you need to know is that there's a new event and there's new skins, so there you go. You guys probably know what's next. That console giveaway we do every single week. There's a link below. All you gotta do is click it, sign up, you're entered once, and then you're entered forever, and then every single week I go in, close my eyes, randomly choose one winner to win a free console of their choice. This week's winner is gonna be this person right here. Congratulations, check your email. I will be contacting you soon to get in touch with how I can send you your console. Why did I talk like that? Why did I say it like that? But that about wraps it up for this week. Gravity Rush 2 is dropping today on Friday if you're watching this, and also next week starts off with Yakuza 0 and Resident Evil, so it's going to be a very fun next week. Of course, in the comments, I do want to know what you guys are playing, but I do want to hear what you think about stuff going on this week. Of course, Nintendo Switch, we probably know how a lot of you guys feel about it, but if you are into it, how do you feel about the user interface, and how do you feel about indies making their way over to it? If you do play Overwatch, I do want to hear what you expect from this event compared to the last events. And also, maybe since we talked about games done quick, let's talk about what's the fastest time you've ever beaten a game. Maybe it's your favorite game, you've beat it 1,000,000 times. Have you ever timed yourself? Let's talk about any of that stuff, maybe even that shitty PlayStation game or Resident Evil down in the comments below. You guys know I'll also be on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram talking to you guys as well. But you know the deal. Thank you guys so much for coming around every Friday. I'll always be here, unless I die, I guess. If you are new, I definitely apologize for what you have just seen, but if you're into it, subscribing is a good idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm Jake Baldino, and I'll see you guys next time. I forgot how to close out the video. Pizza's on me, though.